right, we're going to start on hands and knees. So let's come on to the hands and knees. And 4-point kneel position. And we're just going to begin with some nice stretching. So remember here, if you push your body forward, you're going to have a lot more pressure through those wrists. So if you kind of just send those hips back just a little bit, then it takes that pressure out of the wrist. Try to stop from really locking out those elbows and locking out your shoulders. Push away from the floor, soften the elbows. And from here, we're going to lead with our low belly. We're going to take our belly button and we're going to pull it up into the spine. We're going to tuck the head, tuck the pelvis, come into this nice rounded cat back. And then we're just going to come right out of it. And we're going to come back to our neutral position. And we're going to just pause, kind of reassess, right? Pull those shoulders down, lift that belly up. Let's do that again. And scoop the belly. Tuck that head, scoop that pelvis, round up through that spine. And back down. And pulling up. And coming down. We're going to add on to this. So we're going to go into kind of, I call it like a sphinx, but it's, just a version of one. So we're going to scoop that belly to begin with, coming right back into that nice rounded cat back. And now as we come out of it, we're going to bend the elbows, diving our head to the floor, pushing it forward as we kind of arch the back to come back up. And once we're coming back up, we're going to scoop that belly again, tuck that pelvis, tuck that head, bend those elbows, dive your head to the floor. Scoop it forward, and let's do that a few times, and scoop it up, dive it down, reach it forward, and up, and again, scoop, and dive, and forward, and last one, and scoop, dive, and forward. And coming back, we're going to take our toes behind us. We're going to come up into that downward dog position. So we're just going to come all the way up. We're going to stretch those hips to the ceiling, kind of reach those heels towards the floor. My head is between my arms. And I'm just going to take this into a little bit of a prance. So up and down here, prancing. Keep those hips nice and level. And up and down. And then we're going to bring both those legs back up, go into that downward dog stretch. And we're going to begin by bending both the knees, tapping the floor, and then taking it right back up into that downward dog position. Reach those heels to the floor and bend the knees again. Tap the floor, lift it right back up, take those heels behind you, and bend. And lift, heels reach back. 2 more. Bend and lift, heels reach back. And bend and lift, heels reach back. And now we're going to bend. Don't let the knees come to the floor. Go ahead and take it out to your plank. And take it right back up to your downward dog. So it's up. Bending the knees, coming to plank. And lift. And a few more. And up. And up. Let's do 2. And on the last one, we're going to land in our plank and we're going to hold. So from here, we're just going to take our right leg and lift it up. We're going to try to keep those hips nice and stable. We're going to lower it back down and switch to the left. And just one leg at a time, up and down. Try to keep those hips parallel to the floor. Shoulders down. Spine is nice and long. Just do a few more. One more each side. Both feet are down, and we're going to take it right back up into our downward dog. Stretch here. And then walk yourself all the way back. And don't curl up all the way. Keep your hands on your legs. Let your head relax towards the floor. And and maybe shake it around, nod it, back and forth, up and down. Relax the shoulders. And then from here, start with that low belly, pick it up, and start to round yourself all the way. Back up to your standing position. And then from here, we're just going to stay here for a moment. So from this position, we're just going to go into some nice little sit backs. If you have knee issues, just don't sit back too far, right? Okay. So arms come up, hips go behind. And then we come to our standing position. And reach those arms ahead of you, and then stand nice and tall, pressing those arms slightly back, and reach. So as you do your sit backs, and you look down at your knees, they should not be like super in front of your toes, right? It's your hips that are reaching behind you. And 4, and 3, 2, hold on the last one. And from here, just some little pulses. Try to keep the weight in the heel and try to keep most of that work through your glutes. You're gonna get quad too, but think about the glutes. 4, 3, 2, 1, stand tall. We're gonna do that one more time, but this time we're gonna change our foot position. So we're gonna come back to our sit back. And from here, we're gonna lift our right heel. And now we're just gonna switch it out to the left. So like this little prance. Keep that belly nice and lifted. Hips are behind you. Big quadricep here. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Both heels down. Curl all the way back up. And we're going to go ahead and curl down, take it back out to our plank. So coming all the way down, we're going to walk it out. And we're going to come back to that plank, and then we're going to take it right back up to that downward position. And just get that nice stretch through the back of the legs. And then we're going to go back into that, bending both knees, and then go ahead and go into your plank. Take those hips back up to the ceiling. Bend both knees, out to your plank, up to the ceiling, and bend. Reach, up, bend, reach, up. One more. Reach, up, and we are going to take it to our plank, and we are going to hold again. So you're going to take your right, I'm going to do my left since I want you guys on Zoom to see me first. Take that left knee to the floor and just hold it here for a moment. Find a good position with your arms. Keep that belly nice and lifted. So you're going to lift the left knee, foot is going to come to the ceiling. Then you're going to lower it down, tap the floor with knee, and lift it right back up. Tap and lift. Tap and lift. Down, up. One more. Down, up, and hold. And now we're going to just let that knee kind of open out and in. Out and in. 3, 2, 1. Lower that knee down. Hold it here. Here we're going to bring the other knee down to the floor, sending my left leg back. And we'll start again. So right knee is going to lift. And then I'm going to tap it on the floor again. And lift. And tap. Lift. Keep yourself pushing away from the floor. And 3, 2, hold it. 1, open and close. And open, close. 3 more. 3, 1, lower that knee, bringing both knees in, open the knees out, and just sit back into that kind of child's pose position. We're going to stretch the wrists. So just kind of hang out here for a moment. Take a couple of nice deep breaths. And then we're going to come up and just sit in a cross-legged position, kind of comfortable. And we're just going to stretch those wrists. So we're going to take the backs of the hands and we're just going to bring them together. Sit up nice and tall and just kind of press the backs of those hands together, pulling those elbows kind of apart. And if you want to make this a little bit more stretchy, pull the elbows toward you, pushing the wrist slightly away from you, and then you'll feel that a little bit more into the wrist, okay? And then peel the wrists apart. Now come into the opposite direction. So now I'm pushing my elbows forward, but I'm trying to keep the palms of my hands together, right? So I'm getting that nice wrist stretch in the opposite direction. And we're just going to do that one more on each side. So I'm going to peel those apart, bring the backs of my hands together, pull the elbows towards me as I push my wrists away. And then one more time in the other direction. And I know wrists get a little, they always in those positions always get activated. And it just takes, go ahead and roll those out. It just takes getting used to that and getting a little stronger and everything. So building up some of those muscles. All right. So we're going to just sit with our knees bent. And from here, we're just going to do some nice little scoops. So we're going to begin, and you can take your hands to the outside of your legs. And if you gently pull them up toward you, you can lift your body nice and tall, coming into that nice straight spine position, pulling those shoulders down. We're going to keep the hands here for a moment as we begin to scoop. So we're going to take that belly, we're going to pull the low belly back, tucking the tail under just until the arms are straight, no further, right? And then from here, we're going to keep our scoop. So we're going to round towards the knees. And then when we can't go any further, we're going to stack that vertebra all the way back up again and again. Scoop that belly, tuck the tail, nice rounded position of the belly, and scoop it forward. Sit nice and tall. 2 more. And scoop. And round it forward. And 1 more. Scoop. And round it forward. And then we're going to let go of the legs, bring those arms out in front of you. We'll do this again, but without holding on. So we can go back a little further. Start by trying to sit as tall as you can. Feel those sit bones right underneath you. And then take that low belly, pull it back. Curl back. Just until you feel like you're going to straighten your spine. Because I want you to keep the scoop. I don't want you to straighten. Take a nice deep breath in. Reach forward, round it forward. Find the sit bones, stack it up. And scoop it back. Curl it back. Hold, take a nice inhale. Exhale, curl forward. And again, scoop. Deep breath in, exhale. And 2 more. And exhale again. 1 more time, scoop it back. Deep breath in, exhale. We're going to take those arms, we're going to bring the elbows all the way back as we curl down. So we're going to be on the elbows. Be careful here, don't let your body sink, right? So I want you to push through those arms, lifting the chest like you're trying to lift the chest higher than the shoulders. Pushing down through that mat. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and just bring our legs into a tabletop position. So right here. So we're in a natural scoop. We're going to think of pulling our belly button slightly deeper towards the spine, almost like we're trying to reach that low back towards the mat. And then we're just going to do a single leg march. So we're going to lower and then lift and lower and lift. And just alternating. Try to keep your body lifted. Right? So you're lifting out of those shoulders, but your low belly is nice and scooped. So you're not lifting the belly button up to the ceiling, just the chest. And one more on the other side. Both legs come together, pause, glue the toes together like the sides of the big toes. We're going to lower both those legs. You do not have to go to the floor. And exhale, lift. Try to keep the scoop of the belly. Inhale and exhale. And exhale. So don't lose your scoop as you lower those legs down. 3, 2, 1. And go ahead and bring those legs to the floor. Go ahead and push yourself back up. Arms come back in front. Let's go back to that little scoop. Let's hold. All right, holding the scoop. We're just going to lift and lower the arms. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And up. One more time. And up. Curl up. Straighten those legs all the way out. Go ahead and give yourself a stretch forward, rounding through that spine. Stack your vertebra up. Go nice and tall for me. We're just going to do a couple of curl downs. So arms go in front. If you ever need help here, you can always bring your hands down by your side. So we're going to zip up that belly, stay as tall as we can. We're going to pull that low belly back, go into that tuck, and slowly curl down to the mat. Once you get there, arms come up to the ceiling. Reach them behind you. Circle them around. Make room for myself. Yeah. Chin to chest, look at the feet, and curl up. And go ahead and give yourself that stretch. Sit nice and tall again. Arms in front, and curl back. Nice and slow. And arms up, behind. Curl them around. Chin comes to chest. Look at your toes. Curl up. Stretch forward. We have one more. And sit nice and tall. And scoop the belly. Curl all the way down. And arms, chin tucks, and curl up. Stretch forward. Sit up nice and tall. And we're curling down. We're going to stay there. And scoop it out. If you've been losing your pants correctly, okay. We scoot down a little bit. All right, we're going to bend those knees. We're going to bring those heels towards the sit bones. And from here, we're just going to do some nice little bridging. So we're going to take our pelvis. We're going to go back to the scoop. So we're going to pull that belly button towards the spine. Feel the pelvis tip back. Now lead with the pelvic bone and peel that vertebra up off that mat, coming into your bridge. I don't want you to come up too high. If you're coming up on top of your shoulder blades super high, you're going to arch your back, and I don't want you to do that. So from here, as you exhale again, soften from the shoulders. Release the spine back to the mat, one vertebra at a time. Until you feel the weight come into the tailbone. That is your stopping place. Let's do that again. And exhale, scoop out that belly, tip that pelvis back, curl up, peeling up off that spine, coming into your bridge and hold. Deep breath in, exhale, and curl back down, starting at the shoulders. Think of lengthening through your spine as you set it back down. And keep those legs not together, but don't let them fall apart, okay? We're gonna add in some arms. So we're gonna curl up, coming up into the bridge. We're gonna pause at the top. We're gonna lift those arms up overhead. If you have shoulder issues, you can bring your arms to the side. Otherwise, they come all the way behind you. Let them rest on the floor. And as you exhale, let's soften again from the shoulders and curl all the way back down through the spine. Feeling that weight come into the tailbone. Lift those arms up, bring them all the way back to the floor. And let's do that again. Exhale, scoop that belly. Heel yourself up to your bridge. And take those arms behind you. This is your inhale. Exhale, curl back down. All the way. Feel the weight come into the pelvis, into the tailbone, and bring those arms all the way back down. Again, that's your inhale. Exhale, curl up. Inhale, arms behind. Exhale, curl down. Inhale, arms down. Let's do that one more time. Exhale, curl up. Inhale, arms back. Exhale, curl down. Inhale, arms up and all the way down. Good job. So we're just going to slide those arms out to the side, palms up as you bring those hands behind the head. And we're just going to stay here. So comfortable position with the feet on the floor. Make sure that you can feel the ball of the foot, all 10 toes on the floor. So wiggle your toes around, make sure all 10 toes are on the floor. You feel your heels. We're going to keep the weight at the back of the pelvis. So I want you to really find that right now. You have a little weight in the tailbone area, the back of the pelvis. I want you to be able to keep that. And we're just going to start with some curl ups with our upper body. So we're going to exhale. We're going to lift our chest as we tuck slightly with the chin. And our chest is going to look towards the knees. And then we're just going to inhale and curl right back down. Chin slightly tucks. Exhale, lift. Inhale and lower. So let's just do this a few times. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. One more. Exhale. And inhale. From here, we're going to go ahead and just lift our arms and our legs up to our tabletop, kind of what we call that dead bug position. I always love that image. All right. So opposite arm, opposite leg. So I'm going to start with my left arm and my right leg. Both of them are going to extend out and away from each other. And then I'm going to pull them back. And I'm going to go to the other side. This is your inhale. Exhale, pull them back. Inhale, extend them away. Exhale. Inhale, extend them away. Exhale. And one more each side. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. All right. I'm going to take my left arm and I'm going to place it behind my head. And I'm going to take my right arm and left leg and extend them away. As I pull them back, I'm going to I'm going to keep my leg long. I'm going to lift it up to the ceiling. I'm going to lift my upper body as I reach towards that ankle. And then I'm going to curl back down with my upper body as I let the leg come down. We're staying on the same side. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Let's do 3 more. 3, 2, 1. And bring that leg into tabletop. Switch the arms behind your head. Left arm comes out. Right leg extends out. Keep the right leg long. Left arm comes behind. Exhale, curl up. Lift that right leg. Inhale, curl down. And exhale. And up. And up. Last two. Last one. Come down. Go ahead and lower those legs. Arms come by your side. So we're going to go over really quickly hundreds. I know we've done these before. We do them in a lot of different ways. So remember, when you're pumping your arms are alongside you. They're slightly elevated from the floor. And the movement comes from the shoulder, not the wrists, not the elbows, but the shoulder. Okay, the arms are staying long. So this is your pumping. And your breath is inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it's a count of 10. Hundreds is we do that 10 times. So we're going to start with legs at tabletop. I am going to cue curling up through the upper body, but that is optional. Don't feel you have to do that part. So we're going to lift our upper body. We're going to look our chest towards those knees, arms by your side, and we're going to start pumping those arms. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. I want you to hold. Send your left leg out. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale, right leg. Inhale, in. Exhale, left. Inhale, in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. One more each side. Exhale. Inhale. I lied. One more each side. I was off. And last one here. Exhale. Inhale. And lower down. Good. Nice, easy. It's not, a double leg extension or anything crazy, right? We're going to grab those knees. We're going to hug those knees into chest, rounding up like a ball. This is important. So round like that ball. So as we stay here, you can again, if you want to support your neck, put your hands behind your head. From here, arms shoot to the ceiling as legs shoot out. You keep your curl. And swipe those arms around, grab those knees, hug them into chest. And reach them out. And circle and hug. Reach them out. And circle. And reach. 3 more. 2. And 1. And lower down. Go ahead and send those legs all the way out. Reach those arms behind you. Give yourself a nice stretch through the belly. And then we are going to come with our hands by our side again. Knees are bent. We're going to go back into some bridging. We're going to make this more about our hamstrings, less about our spine. So from here, I'm going to pull my feet in so that I'm on my toes and my heels are lifted. And I'm not going to curl up. So I'm not going to tuck my pelvis. I'm going to think of my spine as being super long, and I'm just going to hold it in place. I'm going to take my whole torso, and I'm going to lift it to the ceiling in my bridge position. And when I come down to the mat, I'm going to lead with my butt. So I'm going to lower my butt first. I'm going to tap the mat and lift it straight back up. Lower and lift. So you are using your glute muscles. Let's do 3. If you want more, come to a fingertip or float those arms all together. That's how you make it a little bit more challenging. Last one. Lower down. Lower the heels. Give yourself a little break. So maybe lift the toes, stretch out the calves a little bit. All right, we're going to go back up into that position. We're going to hold. So from here, we're going to lift up into, oh, sorry, come to your toes. Lift up into that bridge, hold here. So we're gonna lower both those heels down and then lift both those heels up. And lower and lift. Try to keep your pelvis lifted, and if you feel you need assistance, put your hands underneath your pelvis and kind of hold it up in place. All right, we're gonna lift those heels. We're gonna hold on that lift, and we're gonna go into that prance. So only one heel comes down to the mat, and then switch those out. Keep that pelvis up and lifted. Keep those glutes working. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both heels lift, curl down. All the way. Good job. And just stretch those legs out, kind of work them out a little bit. So coming back, feet are going to stay flat. When we come back up into this position, it's all about trying to keep your pelvis lifted and level, try not to let it drop. So from here, we're going to lift back up into our bridge. Find that place where you feel nice and secure on your feet. Shoulders are open, right? And again, you can always do this with like 2 fingers on the floor if you want to up this. And we're going to just lift our right leg up into a tabletop. And we're going to lower it right back down, lifting then the left. And lower, and lift, and lower, and lift. Keep that pelvis lifted. All right, last one on this side. We're going to lift that right leg up. We're going to send it to the ceiling. And from here, we're going to pulse it up. Up, up. 3, 2, 1. Bend that leg, bring it to the floor. Let's do that on the left. Up. Pulse it up. 3, 2, 1, bend, and let's curl down. All the way. So we're going to separate those feet. Go into that nice wide stance. And from here, we're going to do those curls again. So feet stay down. All we're going to do is scoop out that belly. We're going to peel off that spine, coming up into that bridge. Hold at the top as you inhale. Exhale, curl down. And we'll do that again. And exhale, scoop out that belly, tuck that tail, curl up into your bridge. And exhale, curl back down. Good, one more just like that. And exhale, curl up. And exhale and curl down. All right, we're going to curl up. We're going to stay there. And curl up. So we're in a wide stance. Our legs are externally rotated. We're going to lift our toes coming to our heels. From here, we're just going to pivot on our heels as we bring the knees together. And then pivot again as we take those knees apart. And together. And apart. And you can really press them apart. You can press them open wider than when you first came up. So really use the sides of those glutes to press open. Let's do 3, 2, 1, open, hold. And now from here, we're going to take our pelvis and pulse it up to the ceiling. Use your glutes. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1, and curl all the way down. And walk those feet together and send those legs all the way out to straight. And just take a nice deep breath, and we are going to curl up again. So we're going to bring those arms up to the ceiling to begin with. We're going to reach them behind, circle them around, take that chin, tuck it into chest, and curl up. Stretch forward. We're going to bend those knees. We're going to take the hands behind us. We're just going to do a little stretch. Bend those knees. So this is our kind of our reverse tabletop position. So we're just gonna lift up to that bridge again. We're just gonna stretch those shoulders. So we're gonna pick up that pelvis as high as you can, press it to the ceiling, and then we're gonna lower down, just tap the glutes to the floor and lift it right back up. And lower down, and pick it up and lift. Good, one more. So let's pick it up and hold. So you can, keep the hips up as high as you can. They don't have to be super high. And then from here, we're gonna lift our left leg. Lower it down, lift that right. Lower it down, keep that chest lifted. This little march. One more on each side. And last one. And lower down. And rest. All right.
Do prompts.
It's a good thing, right?
Right.
We're gonna lay on our side. Doesn't matter which side. And we're just gonna bring that arm up under your head. We're gonna find this really long position. You see me, Phyllis? All right. So we're gonna kind of go into a little bit of an external position. Can you see me, Ariel? You can turn on the other side if you want the first time. Just so you can see me. And then from here, we're gonna take that top foot. It's externally rotated. We're gonna slide that leg in towards the knee. Pointing your toe, you're just gonna lift it to the ceiling. Flex and reach it back down. And slide it in and up. Flex your foot as you press it back down. And you can take that arm, you can keep it on your hip. You can also take it to the floor. And slide it in, up, and down. Let's do two more. And slide, up, down, one more. Up, and down. And now point that toe, we're just gonna do lifts. So it's up and down. Let's do about 5 more. Two more. 2, come down, bend the knee, but your knees are still in line with each other, okay? From here, we're gonna work a little of that glute med, so we're just gonna lift that leg up and down and up. Try to keep your belly pulling in. Try to keep your spine as long as you can here. Let's do 3, 2, 1, and down. We're going to take that top leg and bring it in front. We're going to concentrate on the leg that's underneath. So we can keep that top hand either on the floor, on the leg, wherever is comfortable. We're going to flex our bottom foot. So we're reaching through the heel, and we're going to concentrate on the very top of the inner leg. So we're going to exhale, lift that leg up, lower that leg down, and up, and down, and up. Belly pulling in, keeping that spine nice and long. So try to keep that little waist underneath you, just slightly elevated, so you're not letting it sink to the floor. Let's do 4, 3, 2, hold on the last one, lift it up and hold. We're pulsing it up and pulse. Up, up. Really think about the very tip top of that inner leg doing this work. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down. And rest. We are going to turn and face that other, lay on that other side and do that all over again. So, and Ariel, if you wanted to put your head at this end, you could still watch. Yeah. And either way. Do you know what I mean? Make sure we can all see. All right. So we're here. Long line, hand in front or on the hips, whichever you'd like. External rotation through the legs. And then we're just gonna slide that top leg into the knee. We're gonna pick that leg up to extension, flex that foot, reach it back down. Slide it in, reach it up, flex and down. And slide it in, up, flex and down. In, up, flex. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. And down, point that toe. We're just doing lifts. So it's up and up. Belly is in. Try to keep that spine nice and long. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Bend the knee. Knees are still stacked, right? So the foot is behind. And then we lift from that outer thigh. Exhale, lift. And down. And up. And up. And lift. Let's do 4. And 3. 2. And 1. Down. We're going to take that top leg, bend it in front, concentrating on that inner leg of the bottom. Flex the foot. And we just think that inner leg, we lift it up and down and up. So really think about that inner leg doing all this work. Belly is pulling in. And up. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, we're holding. Lift it up and hold, and we're pulsing up. Use that tip of the inner leg, pulse it up higher. And 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Straighten that leg all the way out. Let's turn onto our backs. And from here, we're going to finish up. So we're going to, I think I'm going to start everyone on a curled up position. So go ahead and use your arms, straighten those legs, use those arms and push yourself up. And we're going to start here. We're going to extend one leg out. I'm going to hold on to my legs, the backs of my legs, and I'm going to curl down. So I'm going to curl all the way down. All right. Now, I'm going to let my arms come up to the ceiling. Just like our curl ups, I'm going to wrap those arms around. And as I come up, I'm going to curl up. I can grab onto those legs again if I need to lift, right? And curl down. Arms up, open, circle, curl up. And if you want to add on, you don't use the arms, right? So we just curl down. Arms up, we curl up. And one more, curl down. And curl up. And we switch sides. So let's start on that other side. So from here, let's start with holding on. So we're going to curl back all the way to the floor, arms up. Open the arms, circle, grab the legs, curl up. I actually find it harder to grab the legs. It's a little harder. I was thinking that was going to be easier, but in reality, it's not. And curl down, arms up, curl up. It's because you can lift the leg a little when you do it the other way. And down, last one. And both legs down. All right, so from here, we're going to kind of do, we're not going to curl up on this one, we're just going to extend. So we're going to bring our legs into this kind of external position. I'm going to hold behind my thighs, and I'm going to come into this foot. Right? Good. So all we're going to do here is we're going to extend our right leg out. And then bring it back in. And extend that left leg out. And you just do what you can do. And up. And up. Okay, so we're even, make yourself even if you're not. And we're coming right back into position. Pull those shoulders down, both legs if you can. And down, and up. Keep those shoulders down, keep that belly kind of scooped. 2 more. Last one. Down, reach those legs out, stretch forward. Nice job, ladies. That was fun.
That was good.
Let's stretch.
We've never done that one with the knees.
I know, right?
It's good. I liked it.
Got to throw in some new stuff.
You did.
You know? Got to keep things interesting. Let's open those legs a little bit. Let's stretch. So from here, I'm going to place my hands on my lower legs, my ankles. If you're like super flexible and want to grab onto those toes, that's perfectly fine. And we're just going to stretch forward. And we're just stretching those inner legs, kind of a little at the back of the legs, the back. You should feel a little back stretch here. And then we're going to use our belly to pull ourselves up and stack our vertebra. And then all we're going to do is we're just going to reach both those hands towards our left leg. We're going to reach forward, slide. And as we do this, think of your right hip pushing behind you. And then curl all the way back up. And let's just do that on the other side. And reach forward. Dive towards that knee. Reach now. I'm reaching my opposite hip down. And I'm going to come up. And I'm going to do my little pretzel. So I'm going to bend my left leg in. I'm going to take my right leg over that left. Don't worry about the hip for the moment. Just find this position. Grab onto that top knee, and then let your hip just kind of sink to the floor. That should already be a stretch. All right. So we're going to hold on to the knee. So I have my right knee crossed over. I'm holding onto my right knee with my left arm, and I'm going to take my right hand. I'm going to reach it behind me, and I'm going to stretch. And at the same time, I'm going to kind of pull my knee in the opposite direction, and I'm going to feel that stretch right in the side or kind of middle of my butt on that side. And then I'm going to untwist, and then I'm going to go ahead and switch that out, cross that over. So again, I'm not worried about my hip right at the moment. I'm just going to grab onto that knee, then I'm going to let that hip sink to the mat. I'm going to hold this left knee with my right hand, take my left hand behind me, and as I reach and twist, I'm going to pull my knee slightly in the opposite direction and really feel that stretch in through that side of my glute, my butt, kind of in the middle. Somebody actually asked me what the glute was the other day. So I'm like, okay, maybe I need to use the word butt. So glute is butt, just in case anyone ever wanted to know.
Don't go any further than that.
Yeah. All right, crisscross. You guys are done.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. See you guys next time. Thanks, ladies.